Hello my friends, new and old. How's it going? I'm B. I make stuff. This is my podcast. I know that I've been vlogging a lot recently, and I know that most of you followed here because you like a podcast. So, a podcast for the people today. I shall deliver. You're welcome. It's summer here in North America. I'm in Vancouver, BC, Canada. I'm not American. Everyone always says American, I'm not. But it's an overcast day. We've had a lot of, it's been cold this summer. And I know the rest of the province and the rest of the country is facing like heat wave after heat wave. So I'm very grateful to have this cool summer. Happy to be here. But that means it's quite dark in here. So today I'm filming facing the window as opposed to facing, you usually see my wall of yarn, but it's just kind of dark. So I've shoved my phone into the blinds and I'm hoping it stays put. I think it'll be okay. We're okay so far. So I'm going to catch you up on what I've finished recently, what I've been working on, and what I'm going to work on, because half the summer is already done. So just to kind of catch up if you haven't been here before, in 2026, I am trying to kind of stash down 2,026 grams of yarn, not yards, not meters, grams. And I'm not sure how many ounces that is for Americans. I could do math really quick. Oh, I'm in school for this. I should be better at this. Okay. So for Americans, I think that's about 80 ounces of fiber ish, give or take. Maybe more like 75. But I am very, very excited to be, we're doing well. We're halfway through the year. So we got about halfway done. And I'm down 930-ish or 920 grams of fiber. I'm just under halfway, and I've got some really big, like, gram busting projects that are going to be finished hopefully next week or two. So I think I'll be down to like 500 grams left before the end of the summer, which is perfect for me. I'm exactly where I want to be. So that worked out really well. But I want to start off today with Tour de Fleece things. I mean, it's Tour de Fleece right now. If you don't spin yarn, Tour de Fleece is when spinners around the world take to their wheels at the same time as the cyclists in Tour de France. And people sometimes create teams and they set a goal for themselves. Some people set personal goals. Some people join a group chat without a team like I'm in right now, just a bunch of friends spinning together. So I wanted to chat about what I finished recently for spinning, although I haven't finished. So the first thing is this merino self-striping yarn. This her, hello, gorgeous. This is a Loop Fibers bat. It's merino, 100% merino, which is not my favorite yarn to spin, but when it ends up being this self-striping monstrosity, it's a hell yeah for me, dog. So it's 320 meters and 151 grams. And that's a big boy. These colors to me are very 2010, like kind of like IKEA and like MAC, like the kind of introduction of plastic everything and the internet era, the social media era. Maybe I'm thinking even 2006 to 2010, but these colors are so of the era for me. Everything kind of graphic, a lot of blocks everywhere. Anyways, love. And then the second spin is, I have double this, but you don't see 2 skeins of yarn. This is Magic Mushrooms by Simply Fiber by Nicole. Those colors, hello. Both of these yarns need a wash. They've got over twist, they've got under twist. They need some love. But the colors, hello. Pretty gorgeous. This is a Target, no, this is a Rambouillet spin. And it's so bouncy. I think there's like 20 meters in here. It's so bouncy, it's so plush. And I don't have a lot, so I'll have to use it with something else, but very pretty. A work in progress spin that I have is this for my buddy Mads. It's green and purple, and eventually it will become also blue and brown. But I hate these colors so much. Mads, I love you. I fucking hate these colors, okay? Effing hate these colors. So I've been pulled to other projects. I did 100 grams of it and it was pulling teeth the whole time. my fingers got so dirty with the dye, so I know when I wash it I'm gonna have to like, it's gonna be a lot. My hands were like brown with the dye. So, and that's from 100 grams and I have 250, so I've got 150 to go on this. But it's Cormo and it feels really nice. It's a 3-ply chain ply, I should mention that. My other yarn is a 2-ply Magic Mushrooms, and the self-striping is also a chain ply 3-ply. But yeah, so those are my spins as of right now. I've got another one, but you'll see that in a little while. I think Elton wants to say hi. He's saying hi. Hi, buddy. Hi. Okay. And I guess next we're gonna get into finished objects. In the start of the summer, I had a bit of a crochet binge. You would have seen that if you watched my Toronto vlog. My 24 hours in Toronto, I was crocheting this lovely poncho. Hello? Her. Ponchos are everywhere right now. You're seeing them all over your feed. I'm seeing them over my feed. Poncho renaissance is happening. I'm living it. You're living it. I wanted to make one because I wanted a statement piece for summer for work. I work at a yarn store, so wearing a tank top or a plain wool something, it's just so boring. So I want something kind of with some punch to wear to work in the summer, and a poncho with like such serious holes does the job. I wrote a blog post about this for work, so I'll link that below so you can see what I did to get there, but there's no pattern for this. It's truly just 2 triangles, and you too can make it very easily. You just pick whatever stitch pattern you want. This one's crochet, just like chain this, chain that, attach here, attach there. I don't know if anyone else has this, but for me, when I knit, I'm like, here's the jargon, here's the technical stuff, here's that. When I crochet, I'm like, yeah, I chained some stuff and I added this here and it's fine, and it's very interesting to me. I find that crochet really allows for some serious, like, it allows for some freedom, from some play. And knitting does too, but it's easier for me, my brain, to play and crochet. I got this stitch pattern off of a YouTube video. I believe it's stitch pattern 41. I can also link that down below. It's a really easy basic mesh crochet. So that one was done. Oh, and the yarn, oh my God. The yarn is Bramble Ridge merino linen and the fingering weight yarn, and each of those skeins is like 500 yards and like 466 meters, I'm pretty sure, which is so wild. And the color is Lucky. It's a really great green color. I like to wear it often. I'll just stand up for a second so you can see. I've got this skirt and I got this top, and I'll wear them often with this on top of this, and that feels pretty good. It's a very fun outfit. And actually, speaking of this, because we're here, we have to talk about the blue elephant in the room, which is, if you were on my Instagram, I have Instagram, by the way. I never like cross-pollinate my social media, but if you follow me here, you can follow me on Instagram at MakerBee as well. You don't have to. Many people don't. But it's had a bit of a saga with this bad boy. So this is the Canyon Tee by Jack Slack. I like the pattern a lot. I do not like these cuckoo bananas gaping holes in the side. There's so much side room. I didn't want that. I didn't need that. Kind of brutal, to be honest with you. And I met my gauge and stuff, and I keep going back and I'm like, did I read these instructions wrong? Because it looks to me, it's just so big. So if I had the choice, I would cap them like here. I'd take off like a solid 3 inches, you know? I'm having gaping sleeves has been a huge issue for me recently. I'm like everywhere I look, all my patterns, huge sleeves. I don't have that problem with some designers. I'm looking at the Best by James and Watts, perfect sleeve with, I'm looking at that pattern sitting, my pile of knits is over here. But yeah, so the pattern is a good muscle tee, really solid. It's a fingering weight garment. And I chose to knit mine in BC Garn Soft Silk. So a few things with BC Garn Soft Silk. 1, great blue color. It was this blue when I put it into the water to wash. And it remained this blue for the 7 days and approximately 50 rinses that I put it through over the course of 7 days. Like, that is how much dye came off of this yarn when I washed it for the first time. Like, BC Garn, we have to chat. My goodness, I love their yarns. I love the Alino. They've got other really great yarns. Why is Soft Silk doing this to me? Why did it do this to me? So eventually, also, it never stopped running. This yarn will never stop running, it seems. I eventually just had to cut it and say, you know what? If this is wet any longer, it's gonna be moldy. It's over. And oh my God, wait, just in the beginning, if you're leaving a comment that's like, try vinegar, do this, do that, I promise you, I've tried. I also have Google. Don't worry. I've dyed yarn in the past. Don't worry. I know how dye works. Just let me gripe, okay? Let me have a vent sesh. I don't need helpful hints, but I appreciate the comment. You already left if you left it, but I don't need any more. Thank you so much. But anyways, so yeah, it was gonna go moldy. We didn't want that, so it had to dry out. And then when it was dry, and I kind of like really rubbed it with my hand, and I was like, is this going to transfer onto my hands? And it didn't. And I said, you know what? Let's just leave it. And so she's very blue. She looks very good, I'd say. But I cannot believe the amount of dye that came off that. So really check your project, guys. Lock in, check it out. Okay, one last crochet project. Did I ever talk about this? No, I did not. This is a Noro cotton yarn. Really sweet, really normal self-drafted crochet tank top with gaping arms. I've been cursed. Oh my God. Did someone pay an Etsy witch to put a curse on me so that I would have incredibly large armholes? I'm wondering if that happened. I'm so serious. But yes, so this is just another really basic crochet mesh, chain one, chain down, you know, single crochet, double crochet. But the real beauty here is the Noro. It's beautiful, normal Noro cotton yarn. One skein, I had so much of it left. It did break my heart a little. Someone did call this look shabby chic, and I was very upset by that. I never want to be shabby chic. Are you kidding me? Ew, shabby chic. Come on. But it's a nice shirt. It looks good on me. Okay, so those are my finished objects. I'm pretty sure, let me check my list here. Oh my God. Okay, wait, I've got 2 more finished objects. The first one is my heirloom quilt cardigan, which I have lost. This garment that took me 50 to 60 hours of my time, it disappeared into the ether. I haven't seen it in a month. I'm like, it must be in a bag somewhere. It's hiding safe somewhere. It's somewhere safe. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Where is it? I don't know. But if I think about it too hard, I'm gonna cry. If you want to see specs and everything on what that looks like, I've got a vlog about it. You can probably just skip to the end if you want to know what it looks like. But, oh, yeah, it will show up. I'm like, someone should contact the Etsy witch this time. Ask them to help me find the Etsy witch that put a curse on me for my massive sleeves or my massive armholes. Please, to do repentance, please also cast a spell so I can find my heirloom quilt sweater. Please, quilt fest. Thank you so much. And then my final finished object, I had my first, it wasn't viral, but my first like internet video that got kind of, I've had business account things do well, you know, like so many views, but I've never had something from my personal account when I was just talking about something do really well on the internet. Like, and I got comments from people that I didn't know, and so I posted a reel about this, and it has like 2,000 likes right now, which is, yeah, I'm bragging. No, I was just shocked by it and surprised, and also because it's not something that I normally would post about. So here is my journal cover that I made, and I'm really proud of it. So this is it's a Fabulism cover. I've got wool felt in the middle and then elastics to hold all my books in. You can't see that, sorry. All my books are in there, wool felt. My friend Kat gave me this little charm. This is a dragonfly patch that I've been carrying around forever. And this is a print of a crochet my buddy Mads did a while ago. But yeah, so this holds some travelers notebook stuff. I've got stickers in there. I've got my day plan and lots of bits, my like weekly. So it all fits in there and all ties up. And I did this because I didn't want to, I am, hey, ADHD warrior. I'm sure many of you are as well. When I get into something new, the urge is to buy everything, spend all the money, have all the bits and bobs. And so I was seeing so much journaling stuff on my internet, and I wanted to get back into it so badly because when I was, I think from the ages of 17 to 21-ish, I have pretty much every single day of my life written down in journals. I used to be a heavy journaler. So I was like, I want to get back into this, and how else can I get back into it other than spending some money, spending $200 and buying a lot of shit? No. So I used things that I had at home. I did have to purchase the elastics, but I used things I had at home, and I made myself a little journal cover. And I'm really happy with it. And yeah, I'm just proud of it. It's so cute. And then I've been junk journaling. So I want to show you some spreads in my junk journal. Well, I guess not necessarily junk journaling specifically, because it has to be all garbage. And mine's like a combination of like stickers and score sheets and bingo, and I'm trying to open one that's not personal. Like, these are all the seed packets from our garden this year, which is nice. I did this on my birthday. Yay. What else? I also scrapbooked all of the birthday cards I got this year in here. So all my birthday cards are in there, which is really nice. I did this. Corpus Bay. Just a lot of, I'm really enjoying, I don't know what to call it, but cutting things out and gluing them down. Collaging while also journaling. It's been really enjoyable for me. It's felt really good. It's like kind of visceral to like really get like a, and then pop it on and like push it down and like move stuff around. Very enjoyable. So yeah, those are my finished objects as of right now. I don't think of anything else to show you. Very good. There's a few languishing whips that I'm not going to show you today. You'll see them. I'll talk about them next time. No stress. Okay, so my first work in progress that I'm hoping will become an ultimate stash buster here. Not stash buster, but gram buster, because I bought the yarn for it at the beginning of the year. But this is my Great Lakes pullover by Ozetta. The yarn for it is called Shelterwood. They are a local fiber mill and farm, so that's the yarn. And then the second yarn, actually I'll pull them up for you. Okay, so this is Shelterwood. You can see it's like very sheepy, feels really nice. It's Shropshire and Rambouillet, and Shetland and alpaca. So the mix in there is kind of wild. There's a little bit of everything going on. It feels really nice. I believe, yeah, there's 200 meters for 100 grams. It's a light worsted weight. And it's very nice. And then I'm holding it with this from Simply Fiber by Nicole. It's okay, the fiber in here is wild. It's 42% merino, 32% superfine alpaca, 18% Donegal neon, and 8% linen. So buck wild, this whole situation. There's 100 grams of this, and I hold these together to make this really lovely and shockingly beige. I know I'm shocking everyone with beige. We got the neon neps in there. You can see the blinds that's holding my phone up. Sorry. But yes, this is, yeah, I went for, so the Lakes pullover has been around for a while. I've seen it on so many people at work. It is I guess the exciting thing about this is the saddle shoulder. So the construction is not a, it's supposed to fit better than a drop sleeve, but provide that same or similar boxiness. So let's get the drop shoulder, and then you go down the other side, and not the drop, the saddle shoulder, sorry. And I'm enjoying it so far. The Lakes has been popular, so I chose the Great Lakes. I didn't necessarily like it has a really tall funnel neck, but what I liked about it was the gauge was just like a slightly bigger gauge, and I wanted to make room for my 2 thick yarns. Now, something with Ozetta patterns is that her and Petite Knit fill a very similar niche, which is kind of like boring, everyday, come wear to the office knits. Except Petite Knit stuff runs very small, and I find Ozetta things run very large. So this bad boy, I'm worried to block it. Like, I don't want this thing to bloom. My swatch was totally fine, but I think like the weight, like multiplying weight and the way a garment will change over time is so much, you can't often understand what's going to happen from a 40 stitch by 40 row swatch. I don't think you can do it from a 20 stitch by 24 row swatch. I don't think that's possible, but I do think it's possible from a double the size to understand some of the time. But when you multiply that by so much, like there's so much weight being pulled down here, I don't know if it will stretch a lot. So I'm trying really hard. I'm gonna try not to block it. That's my goal. But yeah, I'm so proud of this. And I haven't really knit like a big sweater this year, I don't think. I've knit a lot of like little bitty things and fun vests and that kind of thing, but I haven't knit like a full sweater for a while. So I'm looking forward to wearing this birding next winter. It'll keep me so cozy and warm. And it's beige, so it won't offend the birds like my other bright knits do. That's that. And yeah, just the sleeves to go. You can see the sleeve hole here, also kind of big. Wait, my tangent about everything from Ozetta being too big is that I should have sized down here, but I didn't. And you live and you learn. I learned that last time I did Ozetta, so I'm hoping I learn it actually for real this time. We'll see if I do. Okay, so my next project, some context, I guess, is that today is the 17th, and on the 26th, I am leaving Vancouver for a month, 2 weeks home in Cape Breton with my family and see some friends in Nova Scotia, and then 2 weeks driving across Canada. Okay, so I'm taking my butt from Nova Scotia, and I guess it's not truly driving across Canada unless you start in Newfoundland. So I'm sorry, Newfies, that's my bad. And also I've calling Newfies, Newfoundlanders, I'm so sorry. You can call me a Cape Breton or a Caper. We can hash it out. But I'm driving from Nova Scotia. My buddy Mads, my good Judy Mads, the one who has terrible taste in color and will love this yarn. They're moving to BC to start school. So we're gonna drive their butt all the way across Canada. I think it's almost 6,000 kilometers or just over that we'll be driving over the course of 14 days. And so I will be in the car for 14 days and they're moving. So I need to have as little stuff as possible, like really compact. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. So that's the context for what's about to happen here, just so you know. So that's one story. That's your context story. Your next story is that my friend Erin, who you might remember from them being a knitwear designer, they've got some stuff out with Pom Pom right now. You might have seen their stuff on Pinterest. It's there all the time. All that stuff has been stolen. All those images are stolen and posted by other people. Erin doesn't care about it, but I really care about it. It really pisses me off. Stop stealing Erin's work and putting it on Pinterest. Anyways, they knit a lot. And they knit a lot of samples. They knit things for other people very often. They do not knit things for themselves very often. So we were sitting in a sauna a few weeks back and she was like, yeah, no one's ever knit me a sweater. And I was like, I'll knit you a sweater. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, no, I'll knit you a sweater. What do you want? Eon sweater, okay. Or the un. It's either the un or the eon, but they're the same word, but I can't pronounce it properly apparently. Apparently being right now I'm finding that out. So I said I'll do it for you, but it's not going to be a surprise. It's not going to be a secret because I'm not going to spend 40 hours knitting a sweater and it's going to not fit right. So we're locking in here and I'm knitting them a sweater. And then because I'm trying to knock out all the stash yarn, I was like, I don't have anything. Pause. Their request was confetti cake, like confetti cake explosion yarn. That's what they wanted. They were like, she was like, I really want confetti cake. I was like, I can do that for sure. Then I came home and I didn't really have anything that would fit that bill, but I did have fiber that would fit that bill. It was this fiber right here by Fiber Goddess. I think it says South American wool and viscose. So all the little neps are viscose. And I said this and I was like, awesome, I have it, but I only have 300 grams. But I do have about 1,000 grams of plain white Cordale. So on top of knitting this sweater, I am spinning a sweater quantity's worth of wool, which is awesome for Tour de Fleece, by the by. I wanted to do a 3-ply because I want it to be nice and strong, like for Erin, like I want it to last for a long time, and also because I don't have enough, because I didn't have enough of this fiber. I only have 300 grams of it, or sorry, 5 ounces, so 360 grams of it. I did have to cut it with the Cordale. And so for the 3-ply, what I've done is I take this and I measure out 10 grams and then 10 grams of the Cordale and I blend that like no one's business. And then I spin that super fine. And then I spin 1 strand of plain Cordale. So I only really have about 1/3 of anything is going to be this fiber of the weight. But it's really interesting because when you make this and you cut it to 1/3 of the amount of like confetti in there, it still looks like this. That is like 1/3 strength of confetti in that yarn. Isn't that wild? Like that's what that looks like. That's 1/3 strength. It's so wild. Spin's been super fun. The Cordale top that I have is so smooth to spin, and then the neps add some like dopamine, so it's kind of like a ideal long-term spin for me. So I've spun up, as of right now, about 300 of the 900-ish grams I'll be spending for this sweater. It is a bit of a lighter weight, but I got gauged when I did my gauge swatch. I got gauged when I did my gauge swatch. But yes, okay, this is the Eon sweater, so what it looks like so far. And the reason that I'm still spinning and I'm knitting as I go, which is not, that is not what people should be doing. You should spin everything and then knit everything. But I really want Erin to try this on, and here's where the backstory is coming in, before I go away, okay? I need Erin to try this on before I go so that I can make sure it fits them, at least in the bust area, right? Like, not bust, but like armpits. It needs to fit over their arms and their armpits properly so that the depth of the raglan is like appropriate for what we're going for. So I'm trying to finish that. It's currently Thursday. I want to have that done by Monday so that they can try it on. And then I'll stop doing that and I'll do the sleeves of my Great Lakes. So I have to bring that with me so I can finish that. It's a whole thing. But yeah, spinning this will take me about 25 hours and knitting it took me about 50 hours from the math that I've done. So 75 hours, 2 full work weeks of pure enjoyment, baby. I do like to measure things by time now. But they call that priceless. Can't put a price on it. So that's her. But I think it does fit. It's pretty perfect for fitting the birthday cake bill, I think. The confetti cake. Oh my god. And all of this, there's a time crunch, is because like a day before I get back from my road trip is Erin's birthday. So I want to have this done for their birthday, of course. Birthday present. So that's my whole life story, I guess, at that point. Okay. And then those are all my whips. That's everything I'm working on. My next thing that I want to talk about is what I'm bringing on this GD road trip, okay? So I want to bring I won't have a lot of room. I'll have no room. And I'll be sitting for, on average, 6 hours a day. What do you bring for a road trip like that? I don't get car sick, but I do find like if I'm not super excited about something, I'm not going to put a lot of work into it. So my first thought is that I really want to do a Beads of Joy, which is a pattern that I've done twice now. I had lost the panel once, and I had, yeah. It's very engaging. It goes in and out. It's very interesting. So that's my first thought. My second thought is that I could finish, or I could bring with me, this self-drafted vest that I started last year. I could bring her along for the ride. This is like a Casa Facet inspired vest that I was going to be my Rhinebeck sweater, but I just had too much pressure last September. Was a lot of pressure on me, so I didn't finish it, but I could bring it with me. The issue with this is that I don't have, like, it's going to take up a lot of space. It's not like a small knit, it's an Aran weight chunky knit. And then the issue with the Beads of Joy is that I don't have the yarn. And the space thing, I'm sure Maz is going to be chill about everything, but I really want to be super cognizant that I'm not taking up so much room. So what I could do is I could buy yarn for the Beads of Joy and actually do that in the intended yarn, which is a Noro, I believe it's Noro Soft Silk, or Noro, it's one of the Noros. It's a color changing Noro. So I could do that, which is what my heart wants to do. But budget wise, not a good idea. Not a bad idea. I don't have any purchases in the future that it's always good to save money. My heart goes here, my heart goes here. Who's to say? I would like to hear your opinion, I guess, is what I'm saying. If you made this far in the video, please leave me your opinion. I will say, I am not monetized. I don't do these for anything at all, except for the love of the game. That's all I'm here for. And also for the comments. Whoever takes the time to leave a comment on a YouTube video, an angel on this earth. I know it's not easy because of people stream things to their computer or to their TV from, you're watching on your TV maybe, I don't know. I never leave comments because of that. I have to like go onto my phone and like look someone up on the app and like leave a comment. It's a lot about comments. All that to say, please tell me what to knit. I would love to know your opinions on what to knit. I'll probably ask on Instagram as well for my road trip specifically. One last thing I'm going to leave you with is media recommendations. I was a voracious reader in my time. I would eat books like for breakfast and this kind of thing. But I no longer do that. I eat books slowly with intention. It's like intuitive eating. I do that with books now. And I'm really into like long fantasy books. I've been making my way through the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I kind of read the first, I think, 7 books in a month. And then I said, I know the next one's not gonna be out for 2 years, so I'm just gonna take a break, which was perfect because then I remembered that I could read the second book and the Amina El-Sarafi books, Adventures of Amina El-Sarafi, by, I think it's Shannon Chakraborty. Those are such good books. That book came out, reading that. And so I'm reading Tapestry of Fate now. You can tell me I'm a bit tired. I'm like a little discombobulated. And then Zoe and I just finished, and I really recommend Sky Daddy, which is about, a woman who is attracted to planes in a romantic and otherwise way. And she believes her true fate is to marry a plane, which is unfortunately passing away in a plane crash. Kind of wild. It is like one of the most endearing books I've ever read. I think this book, if you are the kind of person who sees someone in public being super weird and you're like, ew, why are they being so weird in public? Not the book for you. Don't read this book. If someone's being like super rude in public, you're like, oh my god, like, is that person wearing a tail? Interesting, I wonder why, what are they up to? This is a book for you. This is a book for people who have an open heart, a little bit of curiosity, and are interested in learning about other people. Not a book for haters. If you have hate in your heart, not a good option for you. And honestly, some days I have hate in my heart and it wouldn't be a good option, but some days I'm empathetic and I have an open heart. But if you're feeling open heart, it's a good book to read. And I think that is all I have for you today. That's everything. I'm looking around. That's it, baby. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, you're awesome. Thanks so much. And I hope you're staying cool out there wherever you are. Staying warm if you need to stay warm. Hope something good happens to you. Love you so much. Thanks for watching. Bye.